And I was up 24 hours at a time, and I just got hooked on it.
Crystal, crank, glass, all different names for the same dangerous drug, meth. According to a national survey on drug use and health, it is used by more than 1 million people in the United States. Law enforcement agencies across Arizona report that the level of methamphetamine abuse is rising, and that's not an exception in the desert Southwest. An undercover sergeant from the Yuma County Sheriff's Office Narcotics Task Force says it is one of the most lethal drugs in the region.
It's definitely one of the biggest issues that we have here as far as narcotics are concerned.
NARC agents say even when compared to other dangerous drugs, meth draws the biggest concern and continues to become a growing trend.
Oh, it's definitely a dangerous drug. The way that it's manufactured and the chemicals that are put into it in order to make it are very dangerous.
One factor that has led to the chronic abuse is how easily accessible it is on the streets. And meth is cheaper in Yuma because of our proximity to the border. YCSO says generally a gram of meth will cost around $20, but that fluctuates often in our region because of the abundance. A further sign of how much this affects our community. According to Border Patrol statistics, 90% of the meth that is trafficked into this country comes right over our borders.
They usually have either gang or cartel ties or relations. A lot of those that we arrest, especially that are actually dealing the narcotic itself, are usually armed or have in their possession firearms.
If I could tell anybody, especially young kids, it ruins your life. It makes you do bad things. It makes you want to do bad things. It makes you want to hang around with bad people.
One Yuma resident survived years of meth abuse and addiction. Now she's telling us her story, hoping to save others' lives. She requested we hide her identity.
I did a lot of meth. I did cocaine. I did a lot of marijuana to calm me down. I did all of this when I had 2 young children.
The former user says the addiction nearly killed her on many occasions.
And when I tried to sleep at night, I felt like my heart, like I couldn't breathe, and that my heart was going to stop and I was going to die. But then it didn't stop me, though. I still did the drugs. I almost died. I got in a terrible car accident because I was going to get drugs.
It's one of the more addictive narcotics that we have out there.
Dr. Miguel Tosado is a psychiatrist with Yuma Regional Medical Center and works with many meth abusers. He says the addiction is often fatal and the drug is abused in many different ways.
Some patients have smoked, snorted, or injected the drug as well, but mainly it's oral ingestion abuse.
For those going through addiction, there are steps to recovery.
Mainly based on therapy, using other medication if there is something else going on with the patient. Say, for example, if the patient is depressed or he got any other psychiatric diagnosis or even a medical condition, recovery is possible.
YCSO has many programs to help those using meth seek treatment, but halting the drug trade, they say, is a non-stop battle.
I did take a lot of drugs, but methamphetamines was worse than anything I've ever taken.